So, we live in this amazing time where AI can answer just about any question we have. But how do we actually learn new skills that truly matter? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. You've probably felt this, right? We are absolutely surrounded by information videos, articles, courses, you name it. And yet, for so many of us, that feeling of making real, solid progress is just slow. So, what's really going on here? Well, a lot of the time, that stuck feeling comes down to one thing: how we're trying to learn. We're using old playbooks for a brand new game. And honestly, those old methods are failing us. Just think back to school. You know the drill, right? We'd spend weeks, even months, buried in theory and long explanations with this vague promise that someday we'd get to actually use it. It's a method that often creates more questions than answers. And what does that old way of learning lead to? It makes us feel busy. We're constantly reading and watching things, but all that activity doesn't actually add up to real practical skills. We're confusing motion with progress. So let's talk about a better way. It's a new goal-based method, and it's a much more direct, much more practical path to getting skills you can actually put to work. And this slide really nails the difference. On one side, you've got traditional learning. You start with theory and hope it'll be useful later. But on the other side, you have goal-based learning. Here, you start with a real problem, which makes everything you learn immediately useful.
So, how does this actually work? It's a really simple four-step process. First, you pick a real problem you want to solve, not some giant syllabus. This gives you focus. Second, you learn only what you need to solve that one problem, no getting lost in extra details. Third, you immediately build something small, like a little project or a simple experiment. And fourth, this is the most important part, you learn by doing, not just by trying to memorize things.
Okay, this is where that new method gets a serious upgrade. Let's talk about how to use AI the smart way by turning it into your perfect learning partner. This right here is the golden rule. You absolutely have to remember this. The goal is to use AI to support you, to help you along the way, but never, ever let it replace your own thinking. So what does that look like in practice? Well, if you're stuck on a concept, just ask AI to explain it in a really simple way. If you have a big, overwhelming project, ask AI to break it down into small, manageable steps. You can even use it to check your work and give you ideas on how to make it better. It's like having a guide right by your side. And I've got to say it one more time because it's that important. AI is there to be your guide. It can point you in the right direction, but you're the one who has to do the walking. You have to do the thinking. Okay, so we have the method and we have the tool, but none of it really works without the right mindset. And that's all about shifting your focus from just collecting certificates to actually building real, useful skills. Because here's the truth. Real growth, the kind that lasts, doesn't happen in one big leap. It comes from the small things you do every single day. Those little efforts are what add up to create big, meaningful results over time. And this is the line you should write down. Forget about just collecting certificates. Focus on building skills that can solve actual, real-world problems. That's what truly matters. Look, if you're serious about growing in this new AI era, it really just comes down to a simple habit. Just spend a few minutes every day engaging with useful content that helps you move forward. So, if you're ready to start, here's your next step. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, watch the videos we update daily, and just focus on slowly, steadily improving yourself. That's how you win.